What's up everybody? In this video we're going to be comparing the hardware of the iPad mini to the iPad Air 2, or the iPad Air with Touch ID. So the iPad mini 2, I'm going to say this right now, it's the one with Retina display, but the iPad mini 2 and the iPad mini 3 are exactly the same without the presence of Touch ID on this one. This one doesn't have Touch ID, the new one does. Other than that, hardware-wise, they are identical. They are the same thickness, they are the same weight, they have the same cameras, they have the same display, they have the same processor, yada yada yada. You get the point. It literally has Touch ID, and that's it. So we can move along since we have discovered that, since we have discussed that, and we can move right into the hardware comparison between the two devices. So first of all, the iPad mini fits on the screen of the iPad Air 2. It is that much smaller. It sits right there on the display. So the whole tablet fits with extra room on the sides. You can kind of see it there on both sides where the screen is on this one. So this one is quite a bit bigger. And if you're going to try to go shoving it into laptop cases and backpacks and luggage and taking it places, it's a lot bigger. So you're not going to be able to fit it in as many places. As a matter of fact, I can fit this in my pocket if I really try. Ladies can shove it in their purse. This, not going to fit in your purse, and it's definitely not going to fit in your pocket. So that is one thing to keep in mind if you're going for the iPad Air 2. The other thing, it's a little bit thinner. This has always been the thinnest iPad until now. So yes, this one is cellular, this one is Wi-Fi, but that doesn't make that much difference in thickness or weight, really. But it is a little bit thinner if you look at the two of them. This one is a little bit thinner than the iPad Air first generation, but the iPad Air second generation is a little bit thinner than the iPad mini. As a matter of fact, if you happen to have the iPad mini and you happen to have a 5th generation iPod Touch, this is exactly the same thickness as the 5th generation iPod Touch. It is 6.1 millimeters thick. The iPod Touch is also 6.1 millimeters thick, and I believe the iPhone 6 Plus is 6.1 millimeters, if you look at it thickness-wise. So this is the same size, thickness-wise, as the iPod Touch. This one a little bit thicker than that. Along the side, you will notice the absence of the orientation and volume lock. So that is no longer there on the iPad Air. The iPad Air doesn't have it. The iPad mini, 1st through 3rd generation, continues to hold on to that. So that is there. If you would like that feature, you can get it on the iPad mini. You can't get it on the Air. If we turn it over to the back, you will notice the difference in the cameras. There is a little ring around the one on the iPad mini that is not there on the iPad Air 2. The microphone placement is different as well. You got a microphone on the top and a microphone right here on the cellular antenna of my iPad mini, whereas here they moved the microphones to this side and this side of the camera. So it's on opposite sides of the camera. Here it's on the top and the back of the iPad. So that is camera placement there. If you happen to have a 1st gen iPad mini, the microphone is on the dead top of it. The next and final hardware difference that you are going to notice that I haven't yet mentioned is the speakers are slightly different on both devices. So that covers the hardware of the iPad and the iPad mini. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.